What's up? Welcome back to TILAGO'S Tidbits. Ooh. All right, today, you guys, we need to switch gears right here on the channel because I want to talk about something that we need to leave in 2018, something that we do not want to hold on to or to carry into 2019 with us. And it's something that can really negatively affect your mindset, your mental state, your life, period, if you continue to hold on to it, all right? So first things first, I want you guys to raise your hand. Put your hands up, okay? If you have ever been wronged or offended or hurt by what someone else has done to you. All right, I gave you a second because if your hand is not up, then we need to have a little chit chat about honesty, right? Honesty with self. Because every single one of us has been wronged or hurt or offended by what somebody has done to us in our past, right? And when we are put into those situations, we can choose to respond in two different ways. The first way, we can choose to forgive. We can choose to let go of whatever negative emotion that act caused us or caused us to feel in our lives, right? Or we can choose not to forgive and to hold on to that anger, that hurt, that pain, that bitterness that act might have caused on us or caused us to feel. And I want to give you guys a little bit of a news flash, okay? Because the best decision you can make, the best choice you can make in any of those situations is always to forgive. No matter how hard that might seem or might feel, I promise you, in the end, the best possible way, the best possible choice and decision that you can make whenever you are hurt or wronged or offended by someone is to forgive them and to let that thing go, okay? Let that hurt go, baby, let that hurt go. But I really want to get into that today. So in this video today, I want to give you guys the effects of unforgiveness, the effects of holding on to that hurt, that pain, that bitterness. And I want to tell you what forgiveness is not. So if you want to know a little bit more about the act of unforgiveness, then I want you to keep on watching. Okay, so what are the effects of holding on to that unforgiveness? What are the effects of holding on to that pain and that hurt and that bitterness, right? Well, the first effect is that you literally begin to nurture an infection. And that just sounds crazy, right? Because naturally in our bodies, whenever we get sick, we have white blood cells that rush to the area that are trying to fight the infection as soon as we get sick, y'all. As soon as it senses that there's an infection, it's trying to fight it. Same thing in our lives. We want to fight infections. We want to get rid of them. But whenever you harbor unforgiveness, whenever you say, I'm not letting this go, you begin to say that you're okay with planting a seed of unforgiveness, planting a seed of pain, of hurt, of whatever it is. And I'm okay with letting it spread and start to infect the rest of my life, right? Infect other areas of my life. So if you start to realize that you're having negative vibes, negativity coming into and out of your life much more than normal, it might be because you are holding on to something and you are harboring unforgiveness. So take a good look at your life. The second effect of unforgiveness is that you begin to become controlled by those negative emotions that act may have caused you to feel. So what I mean by that is instead of you being able to be free and feel your happy, positive vibes, you don't feel that anymore. You don't feel that way because you are saying, no, I felt this hurt. I felt this pain. I felt this resentment. And since I'm holding on to it, I'm going to continue to feel it. I'm going to continue to live out my life just like I am hurt, just like I'm in pain, just like I am resentful, right? And we can't do that if we want to live a positive and motivated life, right? So if you are realizing that you are kind of being dictated by those negative emotions, if you're starting to feel more pain, more hurt, more resentment than normal, then it might be because you are holding on to unforgiveness. Now, the third effect of unforgiveness is that you begin to create blocks in your life, okay? You begin to block things, put up barricades in front of things. And what are you blocking? What are you barricading? The first thing you block is blessings. Because whenever you are holding on to something, whenever you're holding on to that pain and that hurt, your heart is literally just like this, clenched fists in your heart, right? So whenever God wants to put blessings into your life, you're not in a position to receive. You don't have open hands. You don't have an open heart. You don't have openness, right? So God cannot plant anything into things that are closed, right? So you've got to be in an open position to receive those blessings. But whenever you have unforgiveness, it's literally putting up a block. It's literally holding on so it cannot be in a position to receive. Another thing you put blocks on is your mental stability, right? Like you can't think straight. You can't process your thoughts because once again, you're being controlled by those emotions. So you can't even like process or filter your thoughts through the lens of somebody who is happy, positive, fulfilled, and free. Most of all, right? So whenever you have unforgiveness, you put those blocks on it's almost like you're putting a filter, like a Snapchat filter on your mind, on your mental stability, because you can't filter your thoughts. You can't process them in the way that they need to be, because you're always thinking about that hurt, or you're always thinking about that pain and that resentment, right? So if you notice that your mind is cloudy, you might be holding on to unforgiveness, okay? Now let's get into what forgiveness is not, because I think that a lot of us believe that we actually have forgiven people for things, but we didn't do it in the most healthy way, and we don't realize why we still have something kind of festering or building up in our lives, that negativity still in us, right? So forgiveness is not simply moving on. No, if you just happen to like cut that person out of your life and then just keep living your life, that doesn't mean that you have forgiven them for something that they may have done to you, right? You can't say that you are just simply moving forward without dealing with the core, dealing with the root problem and the root emotion that you're feeling. You've got to be able to let that thing go. So forgiveness does not mean that you simply just move on with your life, move forward and let people go and get them out of your life. There is a way that you can do this in a healthy manner, okay? The second thing, it does not mean that you reconcile every single relationship where someone has hurt you. No, like in some cases, we really need to be able to realize like, okay, this person hurt me or continues to hurt me in this way intentionally or unintentionally, but I do not need to go back to them and try to reconcile, try to rebuild a relationship with them. Forgiveness does not mean that you have to go back and reconcile relationships with every single person that you have been hurt by. Okay, and I think that another thing that happens with that is if you are not using your discernment whenever you're going back and trying to reconcile these relationships, you'll get hurt and burned again, okay? So you've got to be able to actually use discernment. You've got to actually do the forgiveness steps in a very healthy manner so that you will be able to actually forgive them, let it go, and then decide if it is healthy for you to have them in your life or if it's healthy for you to just literally let them go after you have forgiven, okay? Now you might be thinking, all right, Tiff, I actually think I've been doing this forgiveness thing in the wrong way. But I'm telling you, there is a healthy way for you to forgive those people who have hurt you, okay? And you want to know those steps? Then you got to watch the next video, okay? So in the next video, I'm going to give you guys the 5 steps to forgive in a healthy way. And I promise you guys, like, I have been through these steps and they seriously are powerful. This is how you let go of that hurt and that pain and that resentment that you have. So if you are realizing that you are holding on to unforgiveness, you're not letting something go that has been happening in your past, then I want you to watch the next video because it is life-changing, okay? And also, yes, it is supposed to be released next week. But if you click the link down in the description box below, then I will send you guys that video early. You will get the video early. What? You will get the link to the video and you'll be able to watch that video and get those 5 steps to forgiveness in a healthy manner early, before everybody else, before the public gets this, okay? So it's exclusive. That is all. So I just wanted to start this series on forgiveness because I really believe that this is something that a lot of us are holding on to. This is something that I was holding on to, and God literally just revealed like, hey, if you want to know why you're not moving forward in this area of your life, it's because you're holding on to unforgiveness. Or if you want to know why you're suffering in this area of your life, it's because you haven't forgiven this person for this whatever thing he or she did to you, right? And I was like, okay, God, like, you didn't have to come at me that hard, right? But he did. And I am thankful for it because now I realize that those areas where I was holding on to unforgiveness, oh my God, y'all, they were creating so much negativity in my life. And I didn't even realize where it was festering from, where it was beginning, where it started from. So I want you guys to have that same freedom, that same power to forgive those people, and that same ability to let go. So if you like this video, then make sure that you click the thumbs up down below, give it a thumbs up, and then type down in the comments below anything about the video. I'm going to leave a question down below that you can answer, or you can just type any of your thoughts on the video or on the topic of forgiveness and unforgiveness, okay? And again, make sure that you click that link down below so that you can get the 5 steps to forgive in a healthy manner early before it releases to the public, all right? Now make sure that you catch me in the next video where we will continue on this journey to a life with a more positive and motivated mindset. And until next time, always remember, above all else, spread love.